The brutal battle for the lion pride. The moment everything breaks. Dust explodes into the air. Two massive male lions slam into each other with bone-crushing force. Claws tear into flesh. Teeth snap inches from the throat. A lioness screams. Cubs scatter. One wrong move, and the pride will belong to the dead. This is not a hunt. This is a takeover. And in the next few minutes, the future of an entire bloodline will be decided. Who will rule the pride when the dust finally settles? Before we dive in, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy animal stories like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who'd love it too. The fight for power. The savanna is silent except for growls. The old king stumbles backward, his mane torn, breath heavy. Across from him stands a younger challenger, stronger, faster, and ruthless. This is how lion rule ends. The challenger lunges again. The old male barely blocks the attack. Lionesses circle nervously. They do not help. They never do. Because in the wild, loyalty follows strength. If the old king falls, his cubs will not survive the night. The challenger roars, a sound that claims territory and threatens death. Then suddenly, a second male appears from the tall grass. The battle is no longer one-on-one, and the pride is trapped between kings. Rewind, the pride before the storm. 3 weeks earlier, the pride rests beneath a lone acacia tree. Cubs wrestle in the shade. Lionesses groom each other calmly. The ruling male watches from a small rise, scarred but experienced. He has held this territory for 4 years, a long reign by lion standards. But age has slowed him. His roars no longer carry as far. His scent marks fade faster. And in the wild, weakness travels fast. Far beyond the pride's borders, rival males are listening, watching, waiting. That night, the wind shifts, and with it, the smell of strangers. The first warning. Just before dawn, the lionesses freeze. A low roar rolls across the plains. Not one voice, two. Coalition males. Brothers, bonded by blood and survival. They move with purpose, walking straight through claimed land. The old king answers with a roar of his own, weaker, strained. The challengers do not stop. Instead, they split up. One circles wide. The other walks straight toward the pride. This is not a test. It is an invasion. And the lionesses must choose, fight, flee, or submit. The failed defense. The old king charges. For a moment, instinct takes over. He slams into the first challenger, teeth snapping, claws landing true. But age betrays him. The second male attacks from behind. The king roars in pain as his back leg buckles. The lionesses scatter, not in fear, but calculation. They will not risk death for a losing king. The challengers press harder. Blood stains the grass. And the cubs are left alone. The dark truth of takeovers. In lion society, cubs are not protected. They are liabilities. The challengers know this. If they win, the cubs must die. That is how males erase another bloodline. The old king struggles to stand. One last charge could save everything, or end it forever. The challengers close in. And then, the second male breaks away from the fight. He turns toward the grass. Toward the cubs. The cubs in the grass, point of no return. The grass trembles. The challenger moves slowly now, each step deliberate. His head is low, shoulders rolling with controlled power. He is no longer focused on the old king behind him. His target is smaller, weaker, defenseless. Hidden in the tall grass, the cubs press their bodies flat against the earth. Their spotted coats blend perfectly with the savanna floor, nature's last protection. They do not run. Instinct tells them to freeze. But instinct is not enough. One cub lets out a soft, panicked sound. The challenger stops. His ears lock forward. This is the moment every lioness fears and expects. Behind him, the old king roars, a desperate, broken sound. He drags his injured leg forward, forcing himself upright. Every step sends pain through his body, but he charges anyway. He knows the rule of the wild. If he fails now, his bloodline ends today. The challenger spins just in time. The two males collide again, not with speed, but with raw hatred. They crash into the grass, rolling, biting, clawing. Manes tangle. Dust blinds them both. For a brief second, hope returns. The cubs remain untouched. But then the second challenger appears. The coalition male who had circled wide now reaches the grass. There is no fight left in him, only purpose. A lioness steps forward. Then another. They block his path. Not attacking, not defending, just standing. This is not mercy. This is hesitation. The lionesses know the truth. Resisting too strongly could mean death for them too. Yet allowing the cubs to die means accepting a new ruler and starting over. The second male snarls, snapping his jaws inches from a lioness's face. She does not move. The standoff lasts only seconds, but seconds decide generations. Then, suddenly, a mistake. One cub breaks cover and runs. The grass explodes as the challenger lunges. The old king screams, and the pride learns the cost of hesitation. The last stand of the old king. The cub's cry cuts through the air. High, sharp, terrified. For a split second, everything freezes, the wind, the grass, even the circling vultures overhead. Then chaos explodes. The challenger lunges. The cub stumbles, its legs too weak, its body too small to outrun death. Dust sprays as massive paws slam into the ground just inches behind it. But before the jaws can close, the old king crashes into the challenger with everything he has left. It is not a clean hit. It is not a strong hit. It is a desperate one. The impact knocks both lions sideways, rolling hard through the grass. The cub tumbles free, vanishing back into the cover of the savanna. For now it lives. The old king does not rise quickly this time. His breathing is ragged. Blood darkens his mane. One eye is swollen shut. The challenger stands first. He shakes his head, anger flashing across his face. This was supposed to be quick, clean, absolute. Instead, the old king has delayed the inevitable. The second coalition male rushes in, attacking from the side. Together, they overwhelm him, biting, clawing, driving him into the dirt. The lionesses watch in silence. No sound, no movement. They have seen this before. The old king tries to roar, but only a broken rasp escapes his throat. He swipes blindly, landing a weak blow that barely slows the younger male. Then comes the deadly mistake. The old king turns his head, just for a moment, toward the grass where his cub disappeared. That moment costs him everything. The challenger clamps down on his shoulder, forcing him flat. The second male bites into his back leg, the injured one, and the king collapses completely. Pinned. Helpless. The fight is over. But the killing does not come. Instead, the challengers step back. They do not need to kill him. They only need him gone. The old king drags himself away, inch by inch, toward the edge of the territory he once ruled. Each movement is slow, painful, final. He stops once, looks back toward the pride. The lionesses do not follow. The cubs do not come. And just like that, 4 years of rule ends, not with death, but with exile. Behind him, the challengers lift their heads and roar together. The sound rolls across the savanna. A declaration. A new reign has begun. But the most dangerous moment is still ahead. Because somewhere in the grass, at least one cub is still alive. And the new kings know it. The silent decision. The savanna exhales. The dust settles where the battle ended, but the tension does not leave. The air is heavy now, thick with the smell of blood, sweat, and change. The two new males walk slowly through the territory. They do not chase. They do not rush. They know time is on their side. The lionesses gather together, sitting low in the grass. Their eyes follow every step the males take. No one challenges them. No one blocks their path now. This is the moment every pride faces after a takeover. A choice without words. Support the new kings, or risk death protecting the past. The first challenger lifts his head and roars again. Deeper, louder, stronger than the old king's final call. It echoes across the plains, warning any rivals that this land is no longer empty. The lionesses listen, and slowly, one by one, they begin to respond, not with roars, but with movement. They rise. They follow. This is the silent decision. Acceptance. But acceptance comes at a cost. The second male lowers his head and moves toward the grass where the cub fled. He moves carefully, reading the ground, smelling the earth, tracking fear itself. The cub does not cry now. It has learned the wrong lesson too late. The lionesses do not intervene. They turn their heads away. This is not cruelty. It is survival. In the wild, resisting the new rulers would bring weeks of violence, injury, and starvation. Accepting them offers stability and future cubs of their own. The grass parts. The cub bolts again, too late, too slow. The male lunges, pinning it with a single paw. There is no struggle, no sound, just dust. The savanna is quiet once more. Nearby, a lioness flinches. But she does not move. The new kings lift their heads and roar again. This time, the sound is different. It is not a challenge. It is confirmation. The pride belongs to them now. Yet far from the center of the territory, in a shallow dip in the land, another cub remains hidden, silent, unmoving, unseen. For now, the rule that breaks. Night falls fast on the savanna. The air cools, but danger does not. Crickets begin to sing. Hyenas laugh in the distance. Somewhere far away, the new kings roar again, reminding the world who now owns this land. But in a shallow dip near a dry riverbed, silence rules. The last cub lies pressed into the earth, body frozen, breath slow and shallow. Its heart pounds so loudly it feels impossible that predators cannot hear it. Its spotted coat blends with shadow and dust, a fragile disguise against death. Hours pass. The cub does not move. Then, a shape emerges from the darkness. A lioness. She moves carefully, deliberately, keeping low. This is not curiosity. This is intent. She stops several body lengths away, scanning the darkness, listening for footsteps that could mean execution for both of them. This lioness is the cub's mother. In lion society, mothers are not supposed to do this. After a takeover, protecting old cubs is dangerous. Females who resist can be injured, isolated, or killed. Most choose the safer path, abandon the past, and prepare for the future. But not all rules are followed perfectly. The lioness approaches slowly and nudges the cub with her nose. The cub flinches, then recognizes her scent. It presses against her chest, trembling. She does not lick it. She does not call to it. She simply stands guard. Above them, the moon rises, casting pale light across the savanna. Every sound feels closer now. Every snapped twig, every rustle of grass. Suddenly, the cub whimpers. The lioness stiffens. From the darkness, a shape moves. A low growl follows. One of the new males is hunting, not for prey, but for certainty. He moves downwind, nose working, following the faint trace of milk and fear. The lioness places her body between him and the cub. She does not roar. She does not charge. She stares. This is not a challenge. It is a plea wrapped in defiance. The male steps closer. His mane catches the moonlight. His scars tell the story of battles won. He is larger, stronger, unquestioned. One strike would end it. The lioness holds her ground. Seconds stretch into eternity. Then something unexpected happens. The male hesitates. Killing the cub is instinct, but killing a lioness risks injury. Injury means weakness. Weakness invites rival males. The cost suddenly feels higher than the reward. He snarls, snaps the air inches from her face, then turns away. Not mercy, calculation. The lioness does not move until his footsteps fade. The cub is alive. For now. But dawn is coming. And daylight brings decisions that night can delay, but never erase. Dawn of a new pride. Dawn arrives without mercy. The first light spills across the savanna, revealing everything the night managed to hide. Grass glows gold. Shadows shrink. The land becomes honest again. The lioness rises slowly. She has not slept. Neither has the cub. Hunger gnaws at both of them now. Fear has kept them alive, but fear cannot feed them. And sooner or later, they must return to the pride. Across the territory, the new kings are already awake. They move with confidence, marking trees, roaring loudly, redrawing the borders of power. Every sound is a warning to rivals, and a reminder to the lionesses. This land has new rulers. The lioness makes her choice. She does not bring the cub back to the center of the pride. Instead, she leads it along the edge of the territory, toward thicker grass and broken ground where visibility is poor and danger is shared by all. This is a gamble. Keeping the cub hidden means hunting alone, eating last, and risking discovery every single day. But returning openly would mean death within minutes. By midday, the pride gathers. Lionesses rest in loose formation. The new males lie nearby, full from a fresh kill. Blood stains their mouths. Flies buzz in the heat. One of the males lifts his head. He smells something wrong. Milk. Familiar. Old. He stands. The lioness freezes. This is the final test. The male approaches slowly, scanning faces, counting bodies. He stops just short of her. His eyes narrow. Then a sound. A distant distress call from another lioness echoes across the plains. Instinct pulls him away. The moment passes. The lioness exhales for the first time since dawn. Days turn into weeks. The cub grows stronger, faster, quieter. It learns when to move and when to disappear. The lioness teaches it the most important lesson of all. Silence is survival. Eventually, something shifts. The new kings begin mating. New cubs will come. The urgency fades. The past loses its scent. The hidden cub survives, not because the wild is kind, but because it is calculated. Years later, when a young lion rises at the edge of the territory, strong and scarred, no one remembers the old king. But his blood remains. Not every takeover erases everything. Sometimes something survives. If this story kept you watching, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next documentary. We dive deep into the raw, brutal truth of animal survival. No filters, no fantasy. And in our next story, we'll follow a rival predator where one mistake turns the hunter into the hunted. You won't want to miss it.